Okay, I have lost my voice. Um, a girl did give me weed to fuck me up. She gave me a girl who I went on a date with. She gave me because I recognized the weed bag in it, so I know what she gave me anyway. I recognized her weed bag. I recognized the sign on her weed bag, so the weed she gave me was very bad. So I'm a bit ill. Another attempt. Anyway, so what I was saying about the young white G's getting robbed is this. It's like, if man's is safe, innit? Like, as a kid, just because you happen to have a nice phone, because your family are able to provide a better life because of social circumstance, doesn't mean that you should get robbed, because it doesn't necessarily mean you're a dickhead just because you got a nice phone. So I always thought it was wrong that my young white G's was getting robbed. So I stopped it, innit? I actively put in work and I stopped it. I remember an incident near a bus stop in London, and the young white G knows who he is, and he's watching. Years ago, where I had to do a madness in it on some man, cause like they was gonna rob him in it, and I didn't want him to get robbed. So the ethos is, just because you happen to have a nice phone and you come from a stable background doesn't mean you should get robbed. That's what I'm saying. It's bad mind. Like, how are you gonna run up on a young white G just because he's got a nice phone and he lives a better life than you? It's not like he doesn't want to be your friend. He's willing to not offend you. Do you understand me? These young white G's are willing to bust jokes with you. They're willing to not offend you. They want to understand you. They just want to be your friend. They might not even see color. Who says these young white G's see color? You know what I mean? So it's a bit fucked up that that was happening. And it's not a race thing where I'm saying black man's is robbing or black kids is robbing young white G's, even though that has happened in the past, unfortunately. And it hasn't helped race relations in this country. But I'm not doing it for race relations. I'm not doing it for race relations. I love my young white G's. They're safe. From Shoreditch, I was ignoring women and dancing with white kids 5, 10 years ago. So it's not. I got love for my young white G's. It's a genuine love, just like I got love for all the blacks, all the Asians, the whole urban community, the whole urban community. My point is this: you can't go around robbing mans. Like, it's not really like our cause. Yeah, is for the black community and the urban community and the ethnic minorities and anyone who's faced an injustice, really. But it's not a color thing with us. Like, the enemy, our enemies are racist. We're not racist. So, like, when the new IRA got Morgan's bullies, like, the new IRA are white. You know what I mean? And they backed it for me. So what I'm saying is, I've got resources that don't depend on color, that are widespread, that I'm willing to bring to the BLM movement. I'm coming with something, you know what I mean? Something productive. It's not about color. It's not about gender. It's not about sexuality. It's just about standing up for what's right. Because at the end of the day, like, what's going on shouldn't be going on. Young white G's aren't reporting crimes committed against them, and they don't want to tell anyone about it. You know what I mean? So I'm not saying white parents. It's good that you're showing your kids love, but please don't vilify the black community for it, because the black community already gets arrested disproportionately for doing things that they shouldn't. So if a black kid robs a white kid and is found out, they will get arrested, and they go jail. I've seen 13-year-olds in Carl Shulton get taken into bully vans, fam, for robbing a phone off a white G. I'm not saying they should have robbed the phone. Robbing the phone was wrong, yeah. But at the end of the day, we don't know what happened between them kids. And it could have been something that could have been amicably resolved where the police could have just said, okay, give back the phone, here's a caution. Or, you know, you got to go on a course or something to understand, like, that you can't do these things. These is just kids, fam. How are you going to put a 30-year-old black kid in a bully van, fam? It's not right. It's not right. They're not grown men. They're not grown men. And then also, I have to prepare Jules and Shake for something. And it's a bit mad. There's a possibility, there is a possibility that my home will permanently be in the UK. Simply because, you know, in the future, it's the land of two sons. Obviously, Drake's two sons, me and Morgan, are in the UK. So right now, the UK is the land of two sons. So there's a huge possibility that even though I may go abroad for a bit, my home will always be in the UK. But that's just a possibility that you have to prepare for. It's just something, because when in the future, when Donald Trump comes to see me in the limo and gives me all the checks that JD Sports is gonna give me and all them other companies is gonna give me, he comes from Parliament, innit? So he comes, like, when they're Parliament and Donald Trump comes to the UK. That's what I'm saying. So because Donald Trump comes to the UK, it makes me think that maybe there is a future for the UK. And, you know, it's not as bad as it seems. So that's hopeful for the UK, because it would have been a shame for the rebellion to occur here and then for people to just be displaced. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's all I had to say, really. You know, we're a community. You know, the BLM movement isn't racist. We accept all. And we're not like these dickheads, you know what I mean? And there will be real consequences. As for the Morgan thing, here's the story. I know for a fact that when I was sectioned for no reason, yeah, OJ was released. OJ Bingo was released. It's a Pontius Pilate thing. I'm Jesus Christ. I went to jail. I was put on trial and someone was released who was a criminal. That criminal is OJ Bingo. And he's a sexual abuser. You understand me? He has a sexual criminal record. I know this. So for the police in Kingston to go around and investigate me for sexually abusing my brother when they've got a sexual criminal pretending to be his father, and then the police in Kingston are telling their Morgan's real brother not to talk to him, to the point where I have to block him. Morgan and his brethren are trying to add me on Fortnite. I can't be bothered to do the phone thing. I don't know how the phone works to get Fortnite working, because Morgan always adds me on PS4 games, innit? He always does it. He always finds me and adds me. So at the end of the day, I know he's my real brother, and I don't think the police should have gotten in the way like that, and there are real consequences for that. So if you look in the papers, the government are completely against the police. They're cutting their budgets by over 100 million. They're gonna take pay cuts, yeah, and their resources will be depleted. It's in the news. Open the paper. You will see it. The government is against the police. So you lot don't need to do your jobs. I called you today on the bus. I said, I've been stabbed in the nose. You asked me, so what's the crime? I said, I have a stab mark on my nose. Anyone will tell you this is from an inch blade. You know what I mean? If you get a blade on your nose, it looks like a spot because it comes up as a bump when it gets hit with impact. So it's proof that a crime occurred even though I popped the spot myself. It doesn't mean that that mark wasn't there, that that bump wasn't there because of the inch blade that I received to the face from Trevor, the rapper who pays to be on Link Up TV and that. And that's what I'm gonna do as well. He's not getting looks, he's paying to get looks, yeah, and he's still not popping. Yeah, I've seen him write his bars while he takes his cocaine in front of his daughter. Yeah, this guy hasn't been arrested. They're asking me what the crime is, and I've been stabbed in the face. And they're looking at me and they're asking me what the crime is. I updated it at Sutton Station. They still didn't call me on the Monday. They closed the case and they said, you know, it doesn't need to be investigated. I saw a female in Hackbridge tell the police that guy slapped him. That guy hit him. I saw it. It's true. And then she walked away. The police didn't bother to chase her up and take her details or her witness statement. So you can read it in the news. The police budget is getting cut by over 100 million and they will not receive any funding any longer from the government because they've crossed the line and they're out of order. People are trying to do good things. Mans want to play tit for tat games to make themselves look like bad men and that they got a rivalry with me. You don't only have a rivalry with me, you have a rivalry with everyone on my side. And you will get fucked up. And I look forward to executing you and doing something so violent, yeah, that you will not believe the day you crossed me. Because no one will stop me from talking to my little brother, let alone put a sexual offender around him. You girls can sexualize Morgan and wonder about his dick. You girls can do that. Do you want to know why? Because I'm going to fuck you up. That's why you can do it. I don't mind you doing it. You will not stir a beef between me and Morgan and say, oh, Morgan's a god too, so he should get the girls, when he's just a kid, and that shouldn't even be the narrative. You shouldn't even be bringing sex into it with Morgan, because sex only relates to me. So you shouldn't be bringing sex into it when it relates to Morgan. I have a feeling that the police wanted me away from Morgan so OJ could molest him. And they wanted the same thing to happen to Morgan that had happened to me. And they're gonna pay so they can drive around. Girls is getting fingered in the park. And they're telling me you shouldn't be showing your willy. Don't talk to your own little brother. That's what they're saying to me. And when I get stabbed in the face, they're asking me what the crime is. Shout out to my young white G's.